Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Shoot the Shit Saturday, right here on Odds and Ends Gaming. I, of course, am the one, the only highly rated, armor-plated, imitated, but never, and I mean ever, duplicated Espionage DB7. And I'm joined by a full house here today. We've got, you know him as the God of War, the God of Thunder, the God of War Thunder, Ringleader 064.
Howdy diddly do.
We've also got Valkyrie Grinder, the hostess with the mostest, that also boasteth the mostest.
Hello.
We've got Obsolete 2003, and I have no idea what appellation he's taken on today. So, Obs?
How about our Lord and Savior?
Oh, God.
Settle down.
Fine. The Lord and Savior, Obsolete. Kind of in a background capacity right now, because he's apparently rushing home with his trombone, is Nickolas Zombie. Didn't know he played the trombone, but hello, Nick. Riveting.
Insert a soundbite.
No. And joining us as well is our special guest, Duke.
I'm here to chew ass and kick bubblegum, and I'm all out of ass.
I'm here to chew ass and kick bubblegum, and I'm all out of teeth. That's what I'll say when I'm in my 90s.
Wow.
I would introduce him with a nickname, but I have no idea which ones he has. But anyway, yes. So why don't I let Ring take it from here, as he is a guest of Rings, and well, a guest of all of us. But this is the first time we're meeting him.
A generous host.
I've been in your stream once before.
Yes, he joined us for the that movie. Which one was it? The vampire one, was it? With
Vampires in Space Aliens.
Yes.
Plan 9 from outer space.
The movie that broke Ring at the end and made me crack up beyond like I mean, I have never laughed so hard ever. I don't think
that movie was so fucking bad.
Speaking of which, we're a month away from our next movie night. We do a 4th of July movie night. Remember?
Nick was supposed to pick the film, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'll give him the list. He'll pick it, and we'll have like the promotional materials out.
Right.
But
on.
Anyway,
to start off here, we'll do the weekly usual. First off, we'll talk about Black and Blue.
Well,
and hold on.
No, the first thing, as we started, a tradition I started last week,
Hold on.
is I'm gonna.
All
right, fine.
Get to it.
Fine.
Black and Blue, Arm of the Dead. We'll get into the miscellaneous stuff. We'll find what retarded is. But as always, we start off with S's rant.
It's not a rant. It's just things I hate. I want to share the hate. And
Don't forget about the weekly the question.
Oh yeah.
Do we even have one?
I don't know.
Yes.
The question of the week this week is, what is the question of the week? Discuss.
What? Usually the question week. Usually Mike has one on the previous video. Did he not say anything on the previous video? No, he didn't.
I don't know.
He sent it to email. If y'all want to check the email.
You know what I hate?
What?
I hate people who film shit, especially when a friend gets hurt and don't try to render aid. Especially, like, there was a video. This came up on my list recently because I watched a video of a man, an idiot, you know, rightfully so an idiot, jump off the roof of his house and instantly snap both of his legs as he landed.
Ow.
And it looked extremely painful. And the person filming just
What?
oh my god! Bro! Oh my god, bro, are you okay? And he approaches the guy as one leg is fucking pointing south, the other one is pointing into space, and you know the guy's just laying there, you know, writhing on the floor in pain, and the guy's still laughing. He's like, bro, are you okay? No, dipshit, he's not okay. He just snapped both of his fucking legs. And there's so many videos on the internet of people doing this. You know, fucking somebody falls into the fucking oncoming subway tracks, you know, and then they're struggling to get back on, and they're just filming. Oh man, I'm gonna have to post it on social media. Yeah, don't bother to help the person that might be imminently being run over by a fucking subway train. I hate people who film and don't render aid if it's a situation where aid is needed, or fucking don't react with anything but a laugh. I hate you. Fuck you. If you're one of them,
for you.
yeah.
So in Germany and the Autobahn, they've been rolling out some experimental ambulances that are covered in QR codes. If you're holding your camera up and it gets the ambulance in there at all, it's going to catch a QR code that'll take you to a web page that says "Gawking kills lives."
Holy shit!
And then it lists the fines associated with blocking traffic and preventing people from aid to get to people who need it.
I like
that is beautiful.
Clever.
But yeah, it's all about this stupid social media clout. You know, it's like they want to get the next viral video, and they'll just stand there and film. You know, there's a person burning alive in their car, and it's like, hey bro, give me a dab, or, you know, whatever.
Watch.
Let's get a Fortnite dance. Come on.
Did your knees always been backwards like that?
I didn't know that you were double jointed with your knees. Also, there's an awful lot of blood coming out, but that's part of the trick, right?
Fucking cracked open fucking shins and stuff like that.
I'll have to see if I can.
Lose sight of what's more important, whether it's like tending someone in need and not really, like, I don't know. I get where you're coming from, as so.
Also,
I think that's a part of that is also we're basically interrupting the rant here. A part of that is also because of the rise of social media, as well as, you know, like you said, in the clout and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That we're starting to forget some basic human principles and assisting someone who actually needs help and stuff like that.
You're absolutely right, because it's actually become second nature. It's become reaction to when something happens, rather than render aid or call the police or something. The first thing that people do is whip out their phones, their cameras. Yeah. You know, everything is being filmed, which in some situations can be fine, but in others it's like, you know, hey, react like a human being, put down the phone and help, or run the fuck away, you know.
Yeah.
So how much of that do you think is that people have become so desensitized thanks to like live leak and other terrible things they've seen, that now that it's like, another video?
You know, yeah, live leak was a huge contributor to that. You know, with all the overseas and domestic accidents you see, with, you know, all sorts of stuff that just really can't explain how it happened, but it just happened somehow, where someone, of course, you know,
the internet was a mistake.
Maybe.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be here right now. None of this should exist. But yeah, like it's a much more visceral experience if you're seeing someone's, you know, arm turned into powder for the first time. And
oh my god!
Rather than whip out your phone, you're gonna vomit your guts out first.
It's like
maybe you'll black out, but at least it's less. It's more dignified.
It's like Terry, I can't feel my arm. What's going on? Oh my god! You don't have an arm anymore. Oh, I see you're getting your phone out. Are you calling 911? Yeah, sure, buddy. Just look this way.
Smile.
Yeah. Smile. Why is your camera light on? I think I'm cold.
It's pretty bad, you know, but that's something which unfortunately is probably not going to go anyway anytime soon, because TikTok,
that's going to get worse.
Snapchat, things like that. This is something, unfortunately, because of the insensitivity of humanity in general. That is
the way people are now.
Are not going away, unfortunately.
No, and I've heard stories where people actually were killed by, not killed, but like, it was the story of an older couple whose car went off the side of a dam.
Yeah.
One guy jumped down, scaled down the side of the dam, like the slope side, and, you know, was trying to get him out of the water. The car was going under. Everyone else stopped and was just filming on their phone, and the guy was just screaming at the top of his lungs, like, call 911, get down here and help me. The woman died, and the old man was in a coma after they got him out.
I did not mean to laugh, but I thought you were gonna say the guy dove down into the cliff and busted out his phone and started filming. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Like he fucking, like, you know, threw himself into action just to catch the perfect shot.
Pussies aren't gonna get the scoop.
I mean, that probably has happened a few times where they just whipped out the camera in that situation and did exactly that. We don't know.
Well, there's fucking trends where people die as a result of filming themselves. I remember some people got killed for planking on railroad tracks. And then what was that one stupid thing about 3-4 years ago that they were doing? Wait, the one where they would get out and dance in the side of their car. Didn't one kid get himself run over by his own car because he got out started?
I think it's just called Atlanta.
I know there was one case of this Russian model where she was sitting on the side of the car while it was going down the highway. Someone else was recording, right? and she was just like flaring. You know, she had no top on. She was in it for the clout. You know, whatever, right? And she didn't look, and a sign hit her on the side of the head as she was doing the flailing about, you know, in a very silly fashion, and she ended up dying.
Yep.
Flashbacks to Hereditary.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that's all I know.
But wouldn't if you're doing something that's stupid, wouldn't that be just natural selection at that point? I mean,
No, but I think he said that she was like filming herself and probably doing the pucker face and stuff like that.
No, she was hanging on the side of the car.
Oh,
She had
Moving
both
car.
arms flower. Yeah, she just had her arms playing around, like, you know, waving in the wind, trying to be cute, whatever. And then
feeling
got hit
cute
by-
might die today.
Yeah. So she got hit by a sign that was on the side of the road, and that killed her on the go, on the spot.
I mean, I don't wish for death on anybody, but you have to have common sense when doing these stupid challenges and stuff like that. And a lot of people who do these challenges lack that common sense, and
Or
it
the
just
knowledge of
shows.
how to do something, for that matter.
Yeah.
Geez.
The thing, like, people trying to take like selfies on I think kind of gets lumped into that. Yeah, like to like S point, people like die falling off cliffs because they try to get the perfect selfie at the edge, and then they fucking plummet to their death. It's like, oh.
People are dumb. That's all I want to go on that.
Indeed.
Alright.
This has been another Things S Saints.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we all hate it out for this one. All right, so let's get to it while we can. I know you want to talk about Black and Blue. As.
Yeah, so should I start on that?
Well, let's go ahead.
So, the other day I was bored. I was looking for a movie, and I did something I rarely do anymore these days. I actually started browsing the live TV channels to see what was on actual television. I always just see what's available on demand on, you know, the various streaming services and whatnot. But I decided, let's see what the hell's on live TV. And I think this is right now on Stars. We have a subscription to Stars. So there was a movie called Black and Blue that was coming on. It was actually the movie that was the TV was on that channel. I was browsing for another movie while that was playing. It had like the kind of like the, you know how it has the movie playing in the background, and then you can kind of scroll through the different channels and stuff. So as I was scrolling, that movie was playing, and it started catching my attention because there was this female cop who was like on the run, and she was shot, and I figured maybe she'd, you know, gang members or drug lords or something were after her and whatnot. I didn't really pay attention, but then she goes to hide in a store, and she makes a comment that it was cops that shot her. And I was like, what the heck is this? So I decided to watch, and I actually, you know, rewound the movie, started it from the beginning, and it actually turned out to be a very interesting movie that I ended up enjoying a lot. Essentially, the premise of the movie is there's this female rookie cop. It starts off with a very blatant, you know, racial profiling scene. She's a black woman. She's jogging through a fairly ritzy neighborhood. Gets pushed to a concrete fence or wall, whatever you'd call it, by two officers, and they tell her, "What the hell are you doing in my neighborhood?" Eventually, they search her. They find her badge, you know, and it's kind of like, "Oh, you know, we didn't know," and you know, it sends that message right off the bat. So you kind of know what kind of movie to expect right off the bat with that. But it does not, throughout the movie, even though it has a clear message to send, it doesn't do it in a ham-fisted way. I believe that this movie did a very good job of sending that message about the, you know, the racial disparity in this country, along with doing an excellent job of portraying a strong, diverse female lead. So the character, her name is Alicia. She's back from doing 2 tours in Afghanistan. So she's a military girl. joins the police force, very optimistic, very, bright-eyed, wanting to make change. That's why she becomes a cop. She wants to, be the change, so to speak. She wants to improve people's lives, do good by the community, this, that, and the other. And right off the bat, her partner kind of starts telling her, hey, it's us versus them out there. We're not here to like help them. We just have to essentially keep the animals down, yada yada yada. Well, skipping past that, one night she gets called to work a night shift, and she gets assigned a different partner that she's not used to for the night shift. During their patrol, the guy gets the new partner gets a call on his cell phone, not on his radio. They has to go meet somebody somewhere, and it's he tells her it's about a criminal informant that he has to go meet, and he tells her, stay on the car, I'm gonna go inside and talk to these people. So she's not really happy with that, but she decides to do it. She hears gunshots, so as a responsible officer would, she gets out of the car and rushes to see about, if her partner needs aid. She's got what do you call the chest cams, the cop cams?
Body cam.
Body cam.
Yeah,
she's got a body cam on her that's on and capturing footage. She rushes in, gun drawn, and as she hears voices, she kind of sticks to the wall, stays in cover, and just kind of snoops in to see what the hell's going on. And she finds her partner, along with two other cops, plainclothes officers who are detectives, confronting these young drug dealers. I guess they're drug dealers, gang members, whatever, but they're unarmed, and they're kids. They're like 16, 17 years old. One of them's already dead on the ground, and this detective named Malone, he's like the main bad guy. He basically executes the other two in cold blood for no reason. They didn't draw a gun, nothing. He just kind of executes them. She catches the whole thing on her body cam, and at that point, I think she gasps or something, or she moves in, tells him to freeze, and that's where she makes herself known. And one of the cops just straight up starts shooting at her, which she also catches on her body cam. She falls through a floor. They rush down to try to finish the job. They don't kill her. They graze her on the side, and basically it becomes like, I'm being hunted down. She tries to radio in. That guy Malone intercepts the message. She says, I need backup. There's, there was a killing and this and that. And that guy Malone really quickly intercepts the message. He goes, this is Malone. We're on our way to backup. No worries. And, he basically cuts off her line. So he calls in some help from some other crooked cops. And basically she's running around the neighborhood trying to get help. And nobody wants to help her because nobody wants to help cops. And basically the movie becomes her being hunted by the police. Then these crooked cops set out this message that she's the one that kills those kids, which those kids, one of them was the nephew of the local drug lord, gang leader, whatever, that basically runs that hood. And now all of the, the gang members and everything are after her as well. So she's got the cops, she's got the gang members, she's got everybody after her. And it basically comes down to an all-out police versus gang war, because
police versus gang war.
police versus gang war, because what happens is she realizes there's no way I'm gonna I'm summing up the movie as concisely as I can, but she realizes there's no way I'm gonna outrun this. They're gonna catch me one way or another. So she actually turns herself in, not to the cops, but to the gang members. And she's like, look, I did not kill your nephew. This body cam has the evidence of that. So they take it, they decrypt it with whatever methods they can. It takes them a while to do it because it's police decryption, whatever, but they manage to do it. And sure enough, the body cam shows the footage. This guy Malone calls it in as being like, okay, we got to go in and get her because the gang members have her, so they have one of our own. We have to rescue her. But it's all a front because he wants to go in to kill her as well. And so so it becomes a whole like a war between the gang members and the cops. It's got a really cool, like, just that whole ending sequence is really cool. Eventually she does succeed in getting the dash cam to the headquarters and upload it, and the captain sees it, and few of the crooked cops. Welcome, Nickolas Zombie. And basically, she succeeds. The guy Malone, he gets put away. Several of the crooked cops get killed, and it's happily ever after type story, which whatever. But what I really, really liked, just now that you have that summary, what I really enjoyed about the movie is how they portrayed the female lead. She wasn't what you'd call a Mary Sue, where she goes into a room with 20 guys and just fucking kicks all their asses or whatever. She's smart, she's resourceful, she uses her wits as well as her training to figure out solutions to come out on top. She does get into fight with these other guys. She's not shown to just immediately kick, like I said, the asses of a room full of dudes. She kind of goes onto a one-on-one fight and wins in a believable fashion. She shows legitimate fear when she's in a situation that's scary. There's this one part where she almost has basically a mental breakdown, where it seems like the world is collapsing in around her. She just drops to her knees and screams, and it's shown that she's a human being, but she's still strong. It's a diverse female lead, and I thought that the way they portrayed her was excellent, and it was a very good movie. I've definitely recommended for anybody who is into cop drama films and stuff like that. It's
kind of like Training Day, but more specifically focused
exactly like Training Day is what I kind of would equate it to. But yes, focused on a female lead instead of a male one. But it's a very similar premise. But I really liked this actress. I thought she did
you know who the actress is?
Yeah, I thought she did a very, very good job. I have to look her up. I'll look her up right now. But yes, I really enjoyed that movie.
I think that a sense of a scary part of movies, horror movies in general, lack out on putting authority figures into the role of the bad guys. The only thing that comes to mind it's that frightening of the people who are there to protect and serve, or the ones who are trying to kill you. It was back in 2008, Lakeview Terrace with Samuel L. Jackson.
You know what? I've heard that. I never saw it, but I was here. One of these guys will have saw it, but
Obbs is our resident. Well, Obbs and Nick are our resident horror experts. So
it's not a horror so much; it's a crime thriller, but it's just scary because it's a couple moves into a house next to Samuel L. Jackson. He's a cop, and they're an interracial couple, and he doesn't like that. So he starts harassing them all kinds of ways, and when they complain about it, it's like, hey, why don't you call the station? I'll tell you who's there to answer.
I remember seeing the previews for that. I never saw it myself, but yeah, he's like, what are you gonna do? You call the cops?
Yeah. The idea that you're being hunted by the people who are there to, protect you. It kind of falls in line with the sense of how frightening it would be back in the olden days to be called an outlaw, which is, you weren't just a guy who broke the law, you were someone who were outside the law, so you didn't have the rights and protections of the law anymore.
Right.
Enemy of the State comes to mind as well.
Yeah.
And be like, I am the law.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that was Dredd. That was not the first movie where Samuel L. Jackson played a role of a cop that was extremely fucking triggered one way or another.
Tenpenny.
Tenpenny, yes. That was. Now, I will say this: as wild and as crazy as GTA gets, which it does on a regular basis, right? Tenpenny has such an amazing portrayal.
He's grounded in reality.
Yeah. He's a crooked cop. Let nobody forget that, right? He has constantly deal with drug dealers and stuff like that. He makes deals with those guys in order to keep and establish a sort of a power relationship between the local gangs and himself. And your character's involvement with Tenpenny to begin with is already fraught with all sorts of bullshit. And it's funny because you essentially start the game with him as an antagonist, and this game throws you all the way out to
the Badlands? I don't know what the fuck the name of it. Red County, isn't it? Something like that.
Red County, yeah. All the analogs that are in GTA. And despite going all the way out there, the situation with your brother all comes back to Tenpenny, because he was one who was involved in a lot of situations. He was connected to Bitsmoke, and Bitsmoke, I think, killed your mom or was involved in it. So that drags him furthermore into it, and it's just like one big trip. You know, you go out, you find success in other lands, but you have to return home and take care of business. And again, Samuel L. Jackson just fucking nailed Tenpenny like nobody's business. I was amazed with the role he played.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back. You haven't forgotten about us, have you, boy?
Yeah, and that was and of course y'all know it was an analog for what led up to the the was it the LA riots, because it had a similar stuff like that, and I remember how he was getting ready to flee, like, no, people are shooting cops in the street, so I best be on my way, which a logical step and all that.
I'm just amazed that I played GTA San Andreas all the way through. I had no idea that was Samuel L. Jackson. At least I don't remember realizing it.
Wow.
I know Pulaski was his whipping boy.
Yeah, he gets killed about halfway through the game.
And I think was it Chong that played the hippie?
I think so.
Let's see.
The wheat fields.
Yeah, where he has you burn him. He becomes a regular character, like even in the end. I don't know if it's Chong though.
Let me find out. I'm
sure they were trying to make him sound like Chong.
Yeah, they did.
I was halfway expecting them for your brother to turn on you, because like all of your original friends turn on you, Ryder and fucking Big Smoke. And I was like, is my brother evil too? But it turns out to be your brother, your sister, and your sister's girlfriend that are like the ones that kind of help you out in that game. San Andreas has a great fucking story.
I also left the throwback to GTA 3.
Oh, with the fucking girlfriend, what's her fucking name? When you're out there doing like a race and what the hell is his name?
Rallies and stuff like that.
The main character from GTA 3 makes a cameo in GTA San Andreas with his fucking girlfriend. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty good. That course, I think it was the last game in that particular universe, because after that was GTA. Was it
Claude? Claude shows up in San Andreas.
Oh, Charlie Murphy was in it. Charlie Murphy is the pimp, Jizzy B.
The truth, the hippie that has you burn the wheat field, that was Peter Fonda.
Peter Fonda, alright. Oh,
wow.
Dude, Mike Torino, James Woods, that was great.
Oh, dude, James Woods, I love James Woods.
Let's see, Ice-T was in the game. We also have, Clifton Powell, blah, 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 whoever that is. Of course, Peter Fonda. Jackson. Chris Penn was Pulaski. Did you know that the voice actor for what's his face in 5? What's the man? I'm just tripping up right now.
The voice actor with the face.
Shut up.
Face and a name.
Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Who are you talking about? You said the character.
That guy.
Yeah.
The character of the group. What's his name?
Did you just
Franklin? That actor is the nephew of the guy who plays CJ.
Fitting, I guess. Is the character the nephew of CJ?
No.
Then it's not fitting.
Different universe. So that doesn't line up.
It's not a different universe.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Grove Street's right there.
Grove Street's there, and they have Easter eggs.
Yes,
from what I
the
understand.
characters don't exist in that storyline. They're just it's a new.
Okay, maybe not the same storyline, but
Yeah, there's a difference between a story and a universe.
so like fucking an alternate dimension, CJ exists or what?
Yeah, I never met Elon Musk, but I'm pretty sure he exists in this universe.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying is that the stories and the characters, as well as some of the locations, don't exist in the GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was back like in the 80s, I think, or 90s when GTA San Andreas took place. So I mean, it's called
Yeah.
public gentrification ring.
Anyway, I'm hoping to see 6 happen in the 80s. just like the
Vice City.
Like Vice City. I wanted to, dude, because Vice City was.
I walk along the avenue.
The retro.
I never thought I'd meet a girl like
And we're getting
you.
copyright struck.
No, we're not, because I sing no computer could ever mistake my horrible singing for.
Yeah.
And he banned.
He banned so far away.
I do like Vice City because it kind of just you can see the middle way between 3 and San Andreas, and I honestly the 80s aesthetic just does it for me. Like S already knows, like I love the outro he made for the
Intro.
80s aesthetic, and I'm fucking in love with it. I'm like, dude, I need to use that more. It's fucking good.
Okay, but real talk, who listened to VCPR with Maurice Chavez?
Yes,
Who?
me.
Radio stations are so good.
VCPR with.
The radio stations.
Yeah, that was the NPR analog in Vice City, and that was pretty much the only one I ever turned it to.
Oh man, I don't remember the radio stations.
That's what made the game.
Yeah, the radio stations made it real.
I don't remember the name of the radio station. I just played whatever had like the most like actual 80s
Gangster rap.
Fucking.
I
know,
would listen to
Flock of
Chatterbox.
Seagulls, Mockingbird. What the fuck? Michael Jackson. I was gonna say Mockingbird.
Michael Jackson, he got Mockingbird.
I don't know where that was coming from.
Like,
Who
I-
was the guy who did the talk Chatterbox in 3? I forget his name. He was actually a radio DJ or something like that.
Rush
And
Limbaugh.
Who? No. Oh, no. Oh, man. He wasn't 5. Of course, you wouldn't know that.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You don't play the 5 storyline. You don't.
Oh, I guess you got a point.
Got me there.
But I remember he was in Vice City and he was in 3, and he was real funny because of the acts he would put on for the radio.
Laszlo?
Laszlo, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Laszlo.
I would listen to all
The greatest mind of our
programming.
generation.
Yes. I would listen to his programming because it was pretty hilarious. And we all should remember though in all this that GTA as a whole is a parody of American culture. It is.
yeah.
It's becoming less parody though. I mean, it is. It's.
I mean, in GTA 5, there was plenty of parody moments there too with the Hollywood.
But
for example,
what I
when
mean is, I don't mean that GTA is changing. I mean that the American society as a whole is becoming a parody unto itself, to where what something would have been made years ago that made fun of it or parodied it is now something that, business as usual.
Yeah. I mean, just look at Florida.
Same thing with fucking South Park. South Park used to be parody, and it's kind of like, South Park, this is America. We got you beat.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's no denying that. But it's.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America. It is America? I thought this was America. They took our jobs.
That was all the rednecks and stuff like that. When they're talking about the jobs being imported somewhere else or something like that, right? I forgot what episode that was.
It's when the
Randy was getting drunk at the baseball game.
well, that one was
That
the
one was I thought it was American.
yeah, but the other one it was the
Oh,
Goobacks.
Yeah, the goo bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
The people from the future come back for work.
Yeah.
But I mean, you talk about like parodies of American culture. Going back to VCPR, the evangelical preacher having a debate with the nudist missionary.
Oh, dude, that was an argument all there just on its own. That was peak parody right there, man. Shit.
Give me a hug. Evil doer, die, devil, die. Oh my goodness, there's blood and pubic hair all over the studio.
There is a fucking confrontation like that I actually saw of two. No, I'm not even kidding. There was a confrontation. There was like a, what is that Westboro Baptist Church guy who was holding up
Oh,
a sign,
no.
and then some other guy who was, just kind of like in his face about trans rights. They were basically yelling across the street at each other, and it was basically a conversation where the other guy was like, "Give me a hug, I love you," and he's like, "You're a sinner, burn in hell, sinner. I cast ye out, demon." It's like,
I didn't do shit. I'm still here. What's up?
yeah. I mean, see, it's not parody anymore.
Hello.
It's an interesting time right now. All right, so enough of that business. So let's move on to something we
I
want
like
to.
how, I like how when we try to have topics, we still go off rails.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not supposed to get super heavy all the time.
No, we don't do that here. When we
We want
do,
to get to something that you want to talk about, Nick.
well,
Our,
I want to hear from Val. We haven't heard much from Val. Well, you too, Nick, but Val's been like super quiet.
You would come to me when I have a mouthful of food.
Talk to us about what are you eating, Val? Is it sweet? Is it savory? Is it salty?
No, I'm eating a little snack.
What snack? Be descriptive.
Little bread bites.
The audience wants to know.
A little biscuit thing I got at HEB.
what's the texture like? Is it nutty? Is it soft?
Biscuit thing?
It's like
nutty.
it's like miniature toast that it's like
Miniature
virgin
toast.
olive oil, like not flavored, but like it's an Italian little snack thingy. I don't know.
Oh, is it
That's
like those little buns that you pop in the oven real quick and they're like garlic bread knots?
No, they're not garlic bread. It's like little toast bites. That's what it reminds me of. But they're just like if you want to have like cheese and crackers or like a little meat platter or whatever.
Do you have to dip them in caviar?
Ew.
I tried caviar once. Holy crap, is that shit salty? I guess rich people just have like a much higher tolerance for saltiness.
You know what? You know what it is? It's not necessarily the saltiness. It's what it is that you have the money, so you might as well just throw it on expensive shit that's probably worse than actual good food. But you're doing it because it's what the rich do.
Rich people
Yeah,
are dumb.
it's like anything called a delicacy. It's gonna taste like shit, but you have to pay a lot for it because that's what locals are forced to eat.
It's like just because it's rare, it's expensive. It doesn't have to taste good. We're rich people. We don't go for flavor. We go for the rarity of content.
How rare is fishing?
For instance, this is a type of caviar that comes from a fish that there's only 5 left in the world, and we took the caviar, wrapped it in grape leaves from the island of Chubobongo, and buried it for 5 years. And there's virgins that come and sing to the trees there, and
This has like derailed.
Oh, fucking.
Reel it back.
Yeah, let's not get into Kopi
What
Luwak
does
here.
Val have to say?
is that what you're
I
eating,
was
man?
just minding my business, eating my little snack. And Nick, I'm sorry. You can go ahead and go. Tell us what you've been doing, buddy.
I don't even fucking know what I'm supposed to talk about.
Okay, first off, Animal Crossing. I gotta get this out.
Oh yeah.
Nick,
There we go.
Yeah. What
why did you not warn me about these updates? I haven't played. Okay, so
updates?
I haven't played Animal Crossing in like 2-3 months or so. Like the last time I played, it was still snowing on my island.
Well, yeah, it changes the season.
Okay, yeah, but that's how long it's been. Like the
Oh.
season has like changed. I think it was back in February. I don't know. Anyways, I load into the game and I walk out of my house and I have like this sleepy time bedhead look, and I'm like, when did I change my style to that? Like I don't remember doing that.
You haven't been there.
Okay.
You've been asleep this whole time.
You have the drool bubble coming out of your face or my face, whatever. Then I go back into my house and I see fucking cockroaches. What the
Yep.
shit is that?
You haven't
then
been playing the game.
And then I get a A rating, but when I'm used to satisfactory, but because now that I have roaches that I never knew we could get, I got an A rating. And I go to Tom Nook and Isabel for my roach problem, which I squished, by the way. And then it's like, oh, you want to put money towards your house or something else? I'm like, this is not even how. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to kill the roaches. Anyways, I got the 2 roaches that I found, and I'm not too sure about this update.
Yeah, how dare you leave your fantasy world to rot?
Well, I
The
went to
one that you
Stardew Valley. That's
Yeah, that's why you go to Stardew Valley, get roaches in your house. Animal Crossing, don't forget.
But I love Stardew Valley too.
Yeah, don't you know that Animal Crossing is a job?
Yeah, it's your life. Those villagers, have you talked to your villagers? Because they probably hate you now. Probably,
Oh, yeah,
it's
I-
been months, so I don't know why you said fuck me, but I guess so.
Yeah, first they were angry, then they were bitter, now they've just moved on.
Yeah, I don't know if I have all my villagers yet. I just kind of went straight past them to Tom. By the way, I have a Tom Nook plushie. Now I'm constantly reminded that I have unpaid debt on all my items. So I'm just like...
It's interesting that instead of like going with the premise that you just left town for a while, you come back in the train. No, you went into a coma. You didn't leave your house for 4 months. No, you didn't answer the door when people came knocking, because that's what your good neighbors do.
It'd be great if you just came back to have flowers left at your door. And like, there's like a lake, like a dedication to you, to throw you all dead.
I haven't touched Animal Crossing in a while, but I would like it to be public knowledge that Ops actually does exist in my Animal Crossing universe. However, he is dead, but I did a nice memorial for him. He's buried on my island, but I have a park that was dedicated in his honor. That is all.
I was gonna say, the people already know this because we did the touring video, but we never did that video.
It's like every time you get to me, we either have to take a break or we just like dies. The thing just dies. Like, we never got to my island. Did we get to Nick?
No, we never got to my island either.
Like, are we chopped liver, Nick?
We never got to my island. I was waiting. I was supposed to be the last one. I don't know why.
No, see here. The video has never been published, so we never.
What are you eating?
I went to get a snack because Val.
Stop.
Val had a snack.
Yeah, she wasn't eating from mouthful. Stop talking.
I had it
with the Val. Yes, thank you.
Anyway,
I don't have audio podcast.
I don't have.
I feel like chopped liver.
I don't have
It's
miniature
like,
fucking
stuff,
olive
we
Orton.
get green stuff, we get the mighty obs when we blessing sometimes.
Ops isn't even in the thing. Ops is on my island dead.
But Nick and I, what the heck?
Exactly.
We didn't get to anybody's island technically, but because there's no video. Okay.
Come on, Nick. Let's you and I start our own podcast group with blackjack and hookers.
I'm down for this.
No.
Wow.
We'll call it Animal Talk.
Which animals would be the hookers? I want to know. I'm curious as to which ones have the hooker
if you play
potential.
The game, you know.
Which ones?
I volunteer as tribute.
Anyway, I'm not having miniature virgin oil toast.
You shut up. You ate. I'm taking over this thing.
I have Ovaltine.
How have you been? You've been on.
Good.
That's good. Watch anything?
Been very busy. That's why the gaming community was just adjusting with the new thing going on. So it's been kind of consuming me at the most part.
I saw a sick fucking backyard you have now. That bunker has a sick yard.
Yes, thank you. It's a lot of work. My green thumb is taking off.
Just wait till you get your first ant pile.
That's gangrene, my man.
The fuck you? Stop eating!
Hey, no, you listen here.
Talking.
It's not the first time I've eaten here.
Exactly, we're trying to be
my shtick is making annoying noises.
Okay, thank you.
No, don't tell me to shut up in multiple languages. You ferme la bouche. That's shut up in French.
You just fucking speak to the national top camera.
The national.
I was gonna oust
What
the
about
French,
a push?
I was gonna oust the French, but then I would get edited out of the podcast.
Ferme la bouche actually means shut your mouth, which made me realize that old band from the 90s, La Bouche, is called The Mouth. You remember them? They were the ones that sang that song. Da 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 dee da 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 da.
Get off topic.
Da 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 dee da 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 da. Da 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 dee da 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 da. You remember that? You remember that song though? Be my lover, wanna be. Come on, just tell me. You remember that song? Fine, I know when I'm not wanted.
I almost fucking put him in another room. All right. Anyway, Obs.
Yo.
What movies did you watch?
One of the latest movies that I saw was I guess we'll get into is the Army of the Dead.
And was it a thrilling, non-stop action zombie movie you've been waiting for?
It was not.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay, so let's explain because I haven't seen it. Most of us here haven't seen it. What is the deal or the problem with?
Anyone who cares about
Do
Army
tell.
of Dead spoilers, we're about to drop trowel and lay a deuce on this fucking thing.
Oh yeah, sure. I probably should have mentioned spoilers before my thing.
Okay, so you said what's wrong with it? You asked what's wrong with it? Can we just say everything? I have a fucking journal full of
shit.
things I have issues with this movie. But go ahead, Hobbs.
Yeah,
I'm
let's get
sorry.
Hobbs. Hobbs is Zombie King, even though my name has it in there. But Hobbs, go for it, please. Let loose.
It was just a real bad movie. To start off with, typical zombie action flick, maybe an hour, 30 minutes tops, hour 20 minutes.
Of course, a concise film.
Yes, this thing was 2.5 hours long.
What the
Yes.
fuck?
2.5 hours long. I sat through the whole thing minus the cast, but that's 2.5 hours I won't get back. It's like
So
maybe.
long.
Yeah, and it was like it's a zombie shooter flick, and basically there's a part that I missed. The military's transporting a trailer from Area 51 and it's going kind of trying to go through Vegas, and there's it jackknifes one thing or another. It crashes. The thing gets out, which was like some type of hybrid zombie, and it kills all the soldiers, infects them, and then it makes its way to Las Vegas, where that just becomes this hub of the zombie outbreak. And they are able to contain it in Vegas with these giant containers, and it just becomes its own isolated thing. But man, it was just a bad movie. And
May I say one quick thing? I just want to say, Duke, my dude, you are tonight's guest of honor, so to speak. So feel free to chime in on any thoughts that you have at any point.
I'm jumping in. I just got nothing to say about this movie.
Okay, I just want to make sure, like, don't
I do.
So-
I
Don't
have a
worry-
lot to say about this movie.
worry about respecting other people's time. We don't do that here.
Yes, because you just interrupted Hobbs. As he was
I said, may I interject I was being polite to extend a courtesy to our guest, a courtesy that none of you have done. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the best of us here. Now you shut
Well,
up.
I would like to loudly interject that I am in fact not eating anything.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for being polite.
Is that supposed to be a shot at me?
podcast. Thank you for knowing how audio works.
Oh, for the he's fitting right in, isn't he?
Oh, he's caught on well. It's always great when you get someone new in the group and they know exactly who to shit on.
Wait a fucking goddamn minute here. I don't need to take this.
no,
Well, you're gonna take it whether you like it or not.
Anyway,
Anywho.
back to
Oh.
what we want to
I'm
zombie
ready to
movie.
go
Yeah.
to, and I just go do it. Say it.
But the movie was just real bad. There's the whole continuity with just like the movie. The story wasn't good. There's a lot of material that was pretty much air quotes borrowed from a bunch of other different movies, and I thought I saw the what?
It was a Zombieland effect. Like it was like I felt like it was trying to like take over like zombie. Like you know how Zombieland was like that
the
comical.
intro?
Yeah, that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I
No,
interrupted.
go ahead. Go.
I am like, ooh. It's nothing original. Nothing original. It is.
What do you mean, Val?
Yeah, but tell us
What's
how you
not-
really feel.
Yeah, what's not original about Ocean's 11 Zombie Edition?
Daddy issues.
Dead Rising 2.
Every fucking thing.
Yeah.
They all die in the end. Call the fucking thing. But just fuck. The only happy part about it is they're about to nuke fucking Vegas.
She's
That
gonna
place is
flip over the table, man.
Okay, but honest question: Is Bautista a good actor outside of playing Drax?
I
No,
don't think it's a good actor playing Drax.
no. That's his only good role. He like all the movies that I've seen him in. He has that monotone, no expression, monotone. Sorry, not toad. But
Yeah, but Batista's known for only having one
emotion.
toad.
He's the male version of like Kristen Stewart. Like he has no emotion. It's just like straight. You know, I was gonna call and yeah, that didn't happen.
Dave Batista, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh. But I could point a weapon.
He was okay.
The outpouring of emotion.
Just like I have nothing wrong with him in general. Like I like him as Drax, but that's every movie that I've seen him in. He's always played the military action, like military fighter, which I get because he's a wrestler, but just like I haven't seen him in anything other than that, and the roles that I've seen him in, it's just like the same. He's taking the same characters from his other movies and just going with it. Nothing's changed.
Why were there robot zombies?
Wait, there's
Yeah.
no zombie? Are you serious?
Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what,
Robot zombies.
what the fuck?
I mean,
That
there's
has to
zombie
been
tiger,
something
there's
from
zombie horses. Like, what the fuck else is there?
Also, the dead zombies they mentioned, like when you go through, like enter into Vegas, she even flat out says, yeah, they're just pretty much sleeping, wait till they get wet. So they're mummified in a sense, but they come alive and get creepy when it's rained on.
Cool.
Why was that zombie pregnant?
Exactly. Like it goes over, like it's basic shit that, like, he seriously took it from different types of fucking movies, like the whole military carrying secret cargo. Oh no, something happens where the cargo either spills and it leaks out everywhere and something gets infected, or oh no, they escaped, now it's terrorizing the city. And then on top of, like I mentioned, the daddy-daughter issues, and then the whole fucking relationship issues. Like, if you like a character, don't, because I guarantee you they're gonna die.
I mean, when you were describing it, all I could think of was the last, like, 9 Resident Evil movies.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Like,
kinda hit
hey,
on that.
Are there really
They
9?
always had the fucking courtesy to be short.
And the good part is, like, I'm thinking of all 9 of them at once, but I'm only thinking of one plot line.
Yep.
I've only ever seen the very first one.
Did you notice that?
Wait. I have one more thing. Why were there aliens in the beginning shot of that movie?
What?
Fucking were there?
When they leave the convoy, right above there's 2 lights, you see them, and they shoot off into the distance.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I
Aliens,
know.
and robots
I
and
didn't
zombies in the heist.
Oh no, they're trying to tie it into Cloverfield now.
So they're like, I don't know where they're going with this. They went all sorts of way, but did you notice that the eyes of the zombies were CGI?
Not too surprising.
Did you notice
no.
that the blood on the mouth were CGI?
You.
Kind of surprising.
Did you know, did you notice when that zombie popped up at the beginning after getting his jaw ripped out? Did you notice that underneath, like where the black paint was, you can see his lips?
Really?
After everything CGI, like they over CGI'd this. Like,
You know how bad they CGI'd it? I don't know if any of you know this. There's an actor in that movie that wasn't there when they were filming. They digitally.
They added a digital actor?
No, they photoshopped out an actor and replaced him with another actor.
They COVID inserted an actor.
The chick,
Oh my
the helicopter pilot,
Yeah.
was originally a comedian who's like now like got Me Too.
Fucking
or
Amy
he's a
Schumer?
pedo or- He's a pedo or something. Anyway, he
Oh,
got canceled
no.
in Hollywood, so they just fucking got some new chick, and that's why it doesn't seem like she's actually talking to somebody.
Oh wow.
My god.
I like the helicopter person. Like, she was the only one that. I like how they made fun of like certain things about like, well, Lemon Squeezy. I'm not gonna enter what he really says because it's a Japanese person who says it, and they're like, you can't say it because people find it offensive. So, but yeah, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when the person who hires the group of people to go into Vegas, he's like easy peasy. Insert, yeah.
Not lemon
Insert-
squeezy.
Yeah,
It's
I was
not
like, I
lemon
don't know
squeezy.
what's bad about lemon squeezy, but okay.
It's like, if you've seen
let's
it, you
not
know.
say it. Yeah.
But and even like when the pilot was smoking her black and mild or their black and mild, you can see the CGI of the cherry and of the freaking smoke. It's like, what part was it? Just like the actors just standing there and everything else is just inserted in the background?
I think so.
I mean, if they can do that backwards for One Piece,
Yeah, because the general kind of overview of the movie is supposedly this guy has he has a shit ton of money in a vault in one of the hotel basements, and he tells Batista if you can get a crew together, there's like $70 million or however many, and like if you get it, you get like X amount of millions of dollars. Yeah, 50 million. Okay, so you get so much of that, and then you can divvy it up with your crew.
Wait, so
that's-
is there like a functioning economy in this post-apocalypse?
It's only Vegas that was affected. The rest of the world in the U.S. is still intact.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Nothing else happened anywhere else.
And don't you know that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
They do. They do.
Did they use that line in the movie?
They do.
They probably do.
No, they don't.
It's a city. It's a
Well,
citywide
wait,
safety zone.
But no, they didn't say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but pretty much how they have it, it stays
Yeah.
in Vegas. But the zombies in Vegas pretty much have their own city. So it's like not.
I can't believe they did not use that line. It better be like deeply, deeply copyrighted for them to not be able to use it. That's the only excuse.
You were actually kind of starting to explain the premise. I mean, I've heard a lot of criticism, but like I haven't seen it, so I'd actually kind of want to hear like, so what goes wrong? Right? I guess they get trapped, or go on with what you were saying.
No. So basically, they get Batista because Batista was there when, I guess, day one with the zombie outbreak. He was whatever military background, special forces, what have you. So he survived. He got people out. But now in post Vegas being a zombie center, he's now flipping burgers at some little food joint outside of Vegas, and so this is his chance to make a lot of money by doing this thing, because basically the president decided within a week, by 4th of July, they're gonna nuke all of Vegas just to wipe it out, so that way they can eradicate the zombies and be done with it.
How's it spread? Is it in the air? Is it just through bites, or does it spread, or what's the?
I believe it's like bites, the typical zombie transmission. But so he gets the band back together of the fellow soldiers that were there during the day one, and they find a way to get smuggled in. They get into the area, but things kind of go topsy-turvy because he has a daughter he's estranged with. He's working at like a refugee camp outside of there. One of the people she was looking after, it was like a single mom and her kids. The single mom went into Vegas with other people to try and steal money from one of the casinos or find money. So that's going to be their big escape plan. And he tells Batista's daughter right up, if anything happens to me, take care of my kids. So right when Batista and his crew's about to go in there, his daughter finds out said friend went in there. And so what does she do? Instead of looking after her kids, she tells Batista, I'm going with you. And
does she have military training at least?
She does not.
What the fuck? I take it that Batista tells her no, and
well, she's like, I'm gonna go in one way or another. I'm either gonna go with you or I'm gonna go in right after you. So it's like, fine, you're coming with us, which kind of derails their plans because everyone else is professional.
And these kids that are now motherless are now guardianless as well, I take it? Or does she leave them with somebody? What the fuck?
Do they come back into the story?
So when Vegas gets under attack, they are in this little camp, it's like a little survivor camp, and when they realize that they're about to nuke Vegas, they take all the survivors and move them away. So the kids end up getting out, but lo and behold, Batista tells her, stay with me, don't go anywhere, I'm watching you. And the one time he's not watching her, she goes and fucks everything up.
Pretty much.
Because of course, manufactured, tension, manufactured problems in the movie.
Yeah.
That's the worst kind of storytelling.
And
Or the worst.
in the end, because I guess because the zombie, came from space or whatever the fuck with the aliens. They're not just your typical Romero zombies. There's a hierarchy. They have some of those, and then there's like the head zombie, and which apparently he takes the head queen, because I guess certain ones that he bites, they're kind of super zombies, where they're more agile, swift, fast, all that stuff.
So like werewolf zombies?
They're called alphas when the main.
Of course, they're called alphas.
And then there's different tiers of zombies, but the one that the main infected fight, they're alphas, and they have more abilities than the regular type of zombie.
Flashbacks to I Am Legend.
It's exactly like that. Should she not? Because he's the king zombie, and then he has a queen zombie who's
Isn't his
a
name like
child.
Zeus?
I don't know. I
Well, they
didn't think.
stay at the Olympus casino resort. So
I
mine.
don't know. I heard a video for name Zeus.
So, but it was all a ruse for this whole plan, because the guy who was telling Bautista to go in there, he had like his henchmen go in with them, and the real objective was to get zombie blood from one of the alphas, I guess, to militarize it or whatever. But he doesn't stop at getting zombie blood. He takes the head of the zombie queen. So
I take it that pisses the king off, and he sends all his alphas.
Pretty much.
everyone.
Go big or go home.
Yep. So right when they crack the safe to get that open, that's when like they start getting flooded in with all these zombies. And yes, that's kind of us guess the right before that happened, the daughter is like, oh, now's my chance to run and look for my friend who may still be alive, which she still technically was. Her friend was alive, but it was going through the side quest that basically got the whole crew killed. And it was just it was very annoying with that whole thing.
It sounds like convoluted. Like it just sounds weird.
Yeah, like there's a lot of side plots going on. It sounds like.
So I mean, so Batista was hired to go into the city because to get money. That was his whole objective, was money, right?
That's what
Yeah.
he was told. That's your objective.
But what
there
I
was a
mean is,
hidden agenda.
couldn't this guy just hire him and say like, "Hey, I'll give you so and so amount of money to go get a zombie head for me"? Like, why?
But
And he
they're
wouldn't
not
have
gonna go in. Yeah, they weren't gonna go in because that's just more of a risk, and they didn't know what they were pretty much
Yeah,
getting into.
I guess that makes sense. They don't want to. They don't want to
But then
get.
how would they get betrayed?
Yeah.
Like the guide who took them in, like she claimed she knew everything about the zombies, which throughout the
I know
movie
this like the back of my hand.
she's very informed. Like she has a lot of information about them, and you learn later or throughout the movie that she
was
has
awful.
left people there before to die when they were like, say if there was a bad guy or whatever, like the person her other guy that she took with them, she ended up shooting him in the leg and using him as an offering. So basically with this offering that she gives the alphas, they let them go through the city to the casinos, but you still have to be cautious because there are other types of zombies, and the alphas can
Yeah.
change their minds.
So I'll try recap it, but yes, try and think of another story. We're told that that's what they're gonna do, but then someone steals this head, which is they're trying to weaponize it. He locks the door behind him, says like, screw you guys, this is what I'm going for, and he leaves them behind. And-
As a fan of Aliens, doesn't a lot of Aliens ripoffs in this movie?
Yes.
I'll be right back,
A
guys.
lot. and this is convoluted. It's because they're on the their way they're supposed to escape. They're gonna escape by helicopter right before the explosion's gonna happen. And there's a whole fight scene up there with like the head zombie. And that's when Batista, at this point, realizes his daughter's at this other hotel trying to rescue her friend. So they get on the helicopter, they go to the other hotel. Granted, this is on the rooftop battle. The next scene, it shows the head zombie in the street on his zombie horse and way ahead of the chopper going to the same hotels. Like,
Wait,
Like, how did he know?
did you just say zombie horse?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Don't forget the tiger too.
yes, there's a zombie tiger.
That tiger was probably the most exciting thing about the whole fucking movie, honestly. That tiger kicked ass. And then
Yeah.
Who
Shit.
was the people who had the tiger on stage? Those two guys.
Barlington, or the Barlington brothers or whatever.
No, Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first thing came to mind. I saw it. Like, did they get their tiger killed in some way? You know, the zombie. What the fuck?
But it just got annoying because the daughter she saves her friend, and all the while again there's these alpha zombies that every time these elite killers would try and shoot them, they're dancing, parkouring, dodging all these bullets, no problem. But then when the daughter, she has like a standard pistol, and they're in the hallway, and she's like getting headshot after headshot after headshot, just dropping all these alphas. And
So the antithesis to what was being described about Black and Blue's heroine.
yeah, they get on the, but Batista gets there in time. They get on the chopper, or they're getting to the rooftop because there's minutes before the nuke's gonna be there. He tells the pilot, "Don't leave us." They get to the rooftop. The chopper isn't there. It's like, she left us, and then the chopper comes back. And it's like, I thought about leaving you, but no, I came back.
I have a
now they have,
conscience
like-
and it sucks.
So now they have 30 seconds to escape a nuclear blast in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
and it
they're
gets
going-
better.
Do any of them get into refrigerators?
Do they carry the nuclear weapon with them out over the ocean in a way they could never possibly escape?
No. The bomb does go off, and the chopper does crash, but then the head zombie somehow manages to get on the chopper, bites Batista. The plane crashes, I'm sorry, the chopper crashes, at which point,
Batista's the new King Zombie.
no, well, he ends up finally shooting the head zombie in the head, killing it, but he's slowly turning. The pilot dies. The daughter somehow miraculously is unscathed. She's not hurt. Her friend, which she went through all this trouble to try and save, she never shows up on camera anymore. Most likely,
Magically disappears.
yeah, completely disappears. This whole side quest of trying to save her is what led to Batista and the rest of his team dying. And but she's like the only survivor left, and she kills Batista in the end because he was turning. But
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will open that restaurant that you were talking about. But thank
Fucking what?
I'll open that restaurant. You
What is the daughter like?
serve brisket every day.
Throughout the movie, he's talking about opening a restaurant because remember he was.
Oh, so they're
burger.
basically milking this for a big emotional
Trying
moment at
to
the end.
have that trying to get back into the relationship with his daughter because he was never there for her, and he had to kill the mom, and he always thought the daughter hated him for that. You know, typical father-daughter dishes. Like this movie is totally predictable.
When I get
Holly.
home, I'm gonna open a flower shop.
Yeah, it's like okay, and then so there was one survivor besides the dumbass daughter.
yes,
So I'll let you continue talking about that. Sorry, and this
you're
movie
fine.
got.
yeah, and
It sounds like this movie did to Val what fucking Plan 9 from Outer Space did to Ring.
the Plan 9 was enjoyable. This was not.
It's 2.5 hours, like Bob says, it's 2.5 hours you cannot get back, and it's just like
If I'm going to invest 2.5 hours in something with casinos and zombies, I'll play Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, that's 150 minutes of grinding your molars, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I love that you keep calling him the head zombie. All I can picture is not like a undead guy in like Mater D's coattails.
I'm envisioning fucking like Tony Montana in zombie form. Just fucking sitting behind a desk with a fucking suit like zombified. That sounds like a badass Halloween costume. Zombie Montana. Holy shit. Make it happen. Ops, do it.
Well, they
Is that gonna be
also have-
zombie Tony Montana or zombie Animal?
Not fucking hand. What the hell?
Verification is required, sir, because you have a, tripped up, drug addicted zombie, or you have instead a drug addicted, massive gang killing zombie. You got
See,
the devil's in the details, friend.
I'm aware
and
of
they
one.
have like a Roman Greek thing going on with the way alpha head zombies go about. Like,
they're having open gay sex with small boys.
Well, I wouldn't put it past, like, you know, the way this movie went.
Speaking about that, apparently there's some zombies that reproduce by baby women. And that's not in the movie. That's apparently like something the director said. So yeah, that's what happens.
The studio's like, we're gonna leave that part out.
I still want to hear.
But they want you to know that's still a part of the universe.
What was that about robot zombies that somebody threw out? Is that a real thing?
Fucking random robot
Yes,
zombies.
please.
What the hell?
There's like they shoot a couple zombies in the head, and you see like the light, their eyes flash blue, and then you see like metal parts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
What?
even the Alpha has blue blood, and even the little baby.
Obs, is that true?
Aliens or robots? It's weird, dude. I don't know.
Okay, so was this movie released also in Germany?
I don't know.
Let me find out.
Because I know in Germany there's a law, like, because of their
The violence.
But why wouldn't it only be the German version?
No, I know what he's talking about. They did something like that with
In
Half-Life.
this movie, but
Yeah,
there's blood in this movie.
In German games, though, yeah, like there can't be blood, there can't be dying humans. It has to be replaced with robots. So every game we've ever seen, like that was ported to Germany, that had like people dying, is replaced. All the people are replaced with robots, which made the Team Fortress 2 robot mod very strange.
Also, the Half-Life port of the German Half-Life port is all these fucking robot soldier guys.
Yeah, robot head crab zombies.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
weird.
Here, Red Alert 2. They're not dying blood. It's all green blood. It's all machines.
But
Yeah.
at any rate, but you said that there's not just robot zombies. That some of them are robot zombies. So that doesn't make sense because it would have to all be robot zombies, right? If it was because of the German thing.
Right, but I mean, I'm thinking like maybe they tried to soften the blows. Like some of the world's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you crazy crowd? There's no robots in this.
Oh, the bad guy who stole the zombie head, he gets mauled by the zombie tiger, and he dies a pretty horrible death. It's
That's kick.
yeah.
Bloody.
Think of like Leonardo DiCaprio and the bear and Revenant, so it was kind of like that. But
The movie was released in Germany, so that's probably why.
No, I think that rule only applies to games. I don't think it applies to movies.
Yeah, so there's a lot of blood in this one too, so it's kind of gore. So, but there was like some zombies that did have the blue, and
Yeah.
like even the baby when the alpha ended up ripping it out of his zombie king belly.
Yeah.
You
By the
see
way,
blue.
There's
What
already
happened in Vegas?
there is already a parody of this movie.
I'm not surprised.
Army of Thieves is an upcoming romantic comedy heist film in which takes place before the events of Army of the Dead in the beginning stages of the zombie and follows a little bit theater in its early days of safe cracking as hired Mysterious one to pull off the heist with the help of a misfit crew of aspiring. Oh my god, it's just terrible. It's like
It can't be as bad.
Produced by Zack Snyder.
Well, that's the thing I heard about this movie is that Zack Snyder's producer, director, writer, and basically all-around
And
guy in
cinematographer.
charge.
And his wife's in there.
So
He's also the cinematographer, and there's a horrible depth of field.
it's basically like he has gotten such a big name, almost like this. I hate to use the word godlike status, but within the Hollywood circles, yeah. Well,
hey,
to the
It's
point
like
that
you said,
Snyder cut. That he's attained godhood just for that shit.
yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it's like if anyone's gonna parody my own shit, I'm gonna do it right before they get a chance.
yeah, it's like, you know, hey, I can do no wrong, so whatever ideas I have, I'll just fucking throw them in, and now I'm not gonna see what sticks. Everything's gonna stick because I'm gonna staple it to the wall, and we're gonna just have a movie that's just gonna be a giant potluck of all my ideas.
What's
That he took from
awful-
other genres. So.
I will say though, when I heard this film, all I could think of is Ash. I was thinking Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah, so I made the illogical connection saying, "Oh, it's supposed to be an Ash film," but no.
Every time y'all mention the name, I was like, Chainsaw Hand?
Yeah.
Would have made a much better movie. Sounds like it.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't for Snyder, and if it was actually an Ash film, then this film might have probably been 50 times better as it is already.
Now, I will say, in Snyder's defense, having seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, pitying your own movie can work. but you need to have the touch.
Yeah.
You got the touch. Doo-doo. Anyway,
You got the fire!
Obs, you sounded like you had something to say. Do you?
Also,
Just
I've
one
never
last.
seen photos.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
So I've never seen photos of Zack Snyder till now, but he looks like a hairier Bill Paxton.
Oh, that is a thought. Yeah, I can see that. Though I prefer Bill Paxton.
Everyone prefers Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Rest
in
in peace, Bill Paxton. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait,
You didn't know?
what? You didn't know?
You didn't know he passed away?
Oh.
Oh
Got
shit!
bad news for you.
Game
Oh,
over, man.
game over.
Game over, man.
Spoiler alert.
You know, that was such a. He was not the main character per se, but that solidified his presence in Hollywood, I would say.
Yeah. He was one of two actors who have gotten killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's fucking history right there. Like,
Yeah.
nobody can top that shit.
So, basically one of my last things for the movie, I saw it, but Nick pointed it out too, or confirmed it, that there's a good portion of the movie that while they're recording, I guess the camera they used, there was actually a dead pixel in the camera.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
There's also a shit. They use a shitty camera, and he didn't even fix it in post.
What the fuck?
There's multiple dead pixels actually, and you'd be like, "Why? How can you tell?" Well, because the zombie movie has dark fucking scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just terrible.
And
There's just a glowing dot throughout.
the black dot. Yeah, and it's like at one point, like, is that my TV? And then it's like the scene changed, and like, no, it's not my TV. It's like, what the hell? How the hell is there a dead pixel in this movie?
So, like, out of the entire runtime, how much would you estimate? I mean,
You YouTube it. YouTube it. There's like 3 of them on the screen at any given
There's
time.
A bunch of
Oh,
fucking
what
dead
the
pixels.
fuck?
It's one camera they used, and like it's in different shots. It's not there, and different shots it is there.
Jesus
Yeah, it's all
Christ.
Yeah.
my question is,
Yeah,
how many
obviously.
cameras do they have total?
With just the one.
Were they being like so fucking cheap? Jesus Christ.
They CGI'd blood, man. I mean, they could afford to go out and buy the fucking Halloween blood kits or whatever. They fucking. Although, no, that doesn't make sense because it wouldn't be a lot more expensive to CGI.
I mean, this is CGI for a zombie tiger, and then fucking, I don't know, but yeah.
What does it say about you
They had to
as
replace
a
an entire
producer?
actor.
What's it say about you as a producer when your filming apparatus with a presumably larger budget paled in comparison to The Room?
Oh my god.
The Room?
The Room. He's talking about that, like, oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, like
That's a great
I
film.
recently learned, like,
You're
they
tearing me apart, Lisa.
They had an absurd filming setup. I don't want to get off track, but you should.
There are
definitely
no
look
tracks here. What is this with tracks?
We have not been on track. I don't know how long this podcast is going. This is why we don't do 2 weeks. We have so much to talk about.
I have to agree. Like, we have a list of
We're at
things
an
to
hour
do.
and 19 minutes, by the way. I didn't even realize.
We're not even halfway done with our thing. It was in a music video.
What? Oh yeah, he was gonna talk about that. He
Hey,
wrestled.
you were talking this much to the fact that we are waiting for 2 weeks. We have much more to talk about when we actually have the episode instead of tons of dead air.
So are we having 2-hour-long episodes?
Okay, I do want to ask one thing, Ring. You keep saying dead air. I don't remember a podcast where we've had dead air.
Not dead air, repeating the same topics every episode. That's been happening, Coach.
Has it?
I don't recall that.
I don't recall that at all.
I really don't.
It says you already don't pay attention, but I do.
We're here. We're like fucking. We're part of it.
You know what happens a shit ton of times? I'll say something, and everyone will be like, "Oh yeah," yeah. And like 5 minutes later, "Hey, did you know this something that Nick just said?"
And it's usually me that says it.
So many times. It's either you or Ring.
Yeah, Ring has done it too. So at
He
least.
does it a lot, and then you've done it too. It's like you got it off of him. Like it's
Hey, at least I admitted that I do it.
We can discuss this off.
Oh, this is what happens.
You're like, some backstage drama is emerging here.
He got everything. We still have more topics to run through.
And he's like, and another thing, I should be getting paid more for this.
I want to ask one thing real quick. Okay? Because dude brought this up. I've heard about like the high mark character and stuff like that, and we had the movie, The Room, right?
Yeah.
I'm reading it's supposed to be the worst movie of all time. Like there's movies.
You've never seen The Room?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, you had to watch The Room. They made a movie of how bad it was.
Yeah, it's like a oh man, what was it called? That's it. Yeah, it was his friend who was also one of the main characters who was coerced into doing the film. There's a YouTube channel to watch that did a dive into how it was produced, and it's tumultuous.
Yeah, there's a book about it. There's a movie about it. It's that's something horribly special.
Like the only reason I didn't know about this is that the character said high mark, and that was it.
It's one of those that's so bad it's good movies.
It's like the pinnacle. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Like I was actually like the reason it became a huge thing was that for an April Fool's joke, Adult Swim ran it just nonstop the entire day.
Not to mention that it has, and you'd appreciate this, Ring, it has limitless meme potential.
Oh yeah.
Well, that I noticed. There's memes involving all that one guy all over the fucking internet, right?
Speaking of Adult Swim,
is that movie fucking copyright? Can we fucking do a movie night with that?
What are you talking about?
Like, can we make that into a fucking?
If it's not, then we're doing it for July. And it's
copyright. No, but it is. It's copyright.
Yeah, it is.
You can't do that.
Just turn it backwards.
Also, speaking of CGI, what about the new Cruella movie?
Oh, I'm totally down. I'm totally down to talk about that, Val. But nobody was talking about CGI.
I'm trying to reel it back to the conversation.
She's been on a CGI rant.
Just like, wait a minute, fuck you.
Fuck all other topics and start that shit right now. How fucking horrible was that CGI in that fucking scene? What the fuck?
I didn't see that.
Zack Snyder.
Speaking of donations.
So I saw that little clip where the chihuahuas, I'll call them, where they jumped over Cruella. I guess that's where she was hiding behind that book.
Okay. Wait. Has anyone seen the movie or watched a video about it?
I've seen the trailers.
I saw the scene where Cruella's mom died.
I've fucking seen enough.
I watched a video about this movie, so I can synopsis the movie for you.
Okay.
And it gets way dumber than that.
Please.
All right. So this Cruella movie opens up with this scene that we're talking about, where Cruella's mom is confronting this evil lady, and then the evil lady blows a whistle that calls her donations that come in a fucking V pattern formation and drop kick Cruella's mom off a fucking ledge.
I've seen the scene, yes, and
it's hilarious.
It's horrible CGI dogs. They jump at her, and yes, they like do like a fucking kick because they don't like charge at her.
With her.
Yeah,
they just drop kick her. Like dog knew what it was doing. Anyway,
the woman stands and looks at it, like, oh crap, terrifying dogs are snarling and coming at me. I should just stand here.
This is the peak of the. This isn't even the whole iceberg. There's so much more to this.
But we're talking about bad CGI. How does it stack up against the first Disney live action 101 Dalmatians? That was just
semi better. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me get to
in terms of CGI, I mean.
It's okay. I mean, you can tell it might be a dog. I think it's real dog, and it's like a blend. Like a good call.
What?
The CGI.
The CGI blends with like a real dog. Anywho, cut from there. Lady kills her mom. Cruella becomes an orphan. Cruella dyes her hair red. Meets friends. Goes to fucking fashion school. I don't know. Starts to work for the lady who killed her mom. And then lady says, fuck you, Cruella. I don't like you, but you'll work for me. And then Cruella finds out that this is lady killed her mom, so now she's like on this fucking revenge quest against this lady. But she's not gonna kill this lady. She just shows up to parties this lady is in, and she shows up better dressed than her, and that's how she's getting her revenge.
So she just Devil Wears Prada this woman to death.
Devil Wears Prada. I don't know. I never watched that movie. Maybe. Anyway, so that goes on for a while, and then this lady wants to kill Cruella, but then Cruella finds out this lady who killed her mom is actually her mom.
Okay, fucking what?
What?
Okay, that.
Plot twist.
She really got stupid. So anyway, she finds out that Cruella's mom, she's her mom, and she killed her fake mom or stepmom. I don't know what the deal with that is. I didn't watch it. It was
How did Cruella become into this?
Anywho, she tricks this lady. She gets in the exact same position where her mom was and the lady, but she also has everyone at this big gala where they're all at come out at the same time, and she gets the lady so mad that the lady pushes her off the very ledge that she.
I'm familiar with it. She has a fucking
She fucking has a stupid parachute in her fucking dress.
What?
No, her dress turns into a parachute, isn't
Her
it?
dress, I don't fucking care. It's stupid.
Oh, what?
And then it fucking flies away.
And the whole party has seen it, so now
And then
shame.
Goes to jail. The lady goes to fucking jail, and then the donations that killed Cruella's mom are now Cruella's donations. And
This
what
is
she
like-
do? Is she gonna skin these donations, make them clothes?
But is that how
She
fucking?
loves the donations. She's not even Cruella. She loves the donations into her pets. It's stupid.
No, you know what the stupidest thing? No, here. This is the stupidest thing, and you can actually read
I
this.
said it was dumb.
No, well, listen. You can actually read this on Wikipedia, and I actually saw the scene. So the Dalmatians have puppies named Pongo and Perdita. I think those are the names of the original 2 Dalmatians from the 1960s cartoon movie. So they have
related.
well, in this they are. They're brother and sister, Pongo and Perdita, and for whatever reason, Cruella sends them to the fucking individual owners of the dogs from the 1960s. So she sends it to the guy who writes the song, the Cruella de Vil, the piano guy, and then to the other one who she has no idea that in the future they will meet and fall in love, and then they'll have. She randomly, for no explained reason, sends each of these puppies to their individual owners. These owners who at some point in the future will meet and fall in love, and that's where the dogs, puppies who are now grown up dogs, brothers and sisters have.
Or they're inbred. All the puppies in 101 Dalmatians.
This movie's fucking dumb.
Yes,
Yeah. And it just made the rest of the movies dumb as well.
it did. It's
I
like
mean, if not dumb, but incestuous.
yeah.
Yes.
So this is a fight for dumbest movie between fucking Army of the Dead and Cruella.
No, like when you were describing it, all I had in my head was like if PETA made the Batman origin movie.
Peter made the Batman. But no, it is fucking stupid. Like there's no explanation as to why does she send one of these dogs to each of these people. How does she know these people? They were not in the movie at all. What's the fuck? There's no reason. Just because they're the individual owners in the original 101 Dalmatians, so they want to get that nostalgia. It's like, oh my god, that's that person from the movie. Oh my god! But like, why?
What's the nostalgia for?
Like,
right?
I'm on the Wikipedia page now with you, and it says a lot that the critical response block is the biggest section of the page. It's bigger than the plot block.
It is. I see that right now. Like, holy shit. That's a concern.
I mean, maybe it's a bad movie. Maybe that's just a symptom of our times. I don't know.
I think it's a bad movie.
I mean, it could be both.
It sounds like a bad movie, and yeah, that mid credit scene is as wacky as fuck, man. Like this.
There's a mid-credit.
Whoa! Wait! Possible sequel. In May 2021, both Stone and Thompson stated they would like to do a second Cruella film in the style of The Godfather Part 2, serving as both a sequel and a prequel.
What the fuck?
A prequel sequel. So I linked the mid-credit scenes to you guys in the Discord. One of the I love the fucking reasoning. One of the comments on the video is, well, Cruella made up with the Dalmatians, so she would have no future motives to skin the puppies. So basically, this undoes the fucking past movies. Now she's good. She's living the life of a fashionista, and she has no reason to skin puppies. But the fucking problem with that is this is supposed to be an origin story. It'd be like if they make like any one of the Batman origin story movies, and then he ends up like, you know what? My parents were killed, and I'm okay with that. I've gotten past it. It's like,
I'm watching the clip you just shared, and like, yeah, it's even there. The CGI dogs are standing out like a sore thumb.
I see that. Oh man, that's
I
gross.
didn't watch it that well. I don't care.
so it's like, why the fuck? Why this movie? And a possible sequel, prequel, prosequel.
For sequels.
People-
You don't know what the next one's just gonna be called DeVille. That way you get to watch Cruella and then
No.
DeVille.
No, it'll be 100 Dalmatians.
Oh.
Is the only way they could make the name work for a prequel.
I mean, they fucking called it Cruella. Does that even matter?
I want an origin story for the villain in the original Toy Story, the kid Sid. I want to see how he had an abusive upbringing that caused him to become a psychopath against toys.
Do they talk about her hair, like why she has the black and white thing going on?
Yeah, she was born like that. Her mother
No,
was
they just-
her mother was into the Dalmatians a little more than, you know.
Whoa!
They take the I don't give a fuck option. Cool.
It says here she dyed her hair.
Red.
She dyed her red.
Oh, yeah.
But her natural hair is white and black.
Yeah. She
So
met
she got red and black.
Hair, yada yada.
Because she's 13 going on 50.
Yeah.
I'm going to say also, Emma Stone does not fit any portrayal of Cruella DeVille I've ever had in my brain.
Also, what the fuck magic material is it that you can drop a fucking match on it and it just burns completely into ash, revealing a dress underneath without spreading or any of that? Val, you're a
They
girl.
must
Tell
have
it.
that from Hunger Games.
It's called fashion.
But didn't Hunger Games have some kind of technology for them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's the
theirs
same as-
should never burn out.
yeah.
It's called fashion.
But I'm thinking, yeah, this is my newest dress. It's made of flash paper.
So, to wrap up Cruella, here's one last question, okay? As of now, okay, which Cruella is your favorite Cruella? Either the original animated Cruella Disney film, or the Glenn Close version, or obviously Emma Stone version? Which one is your favorite?
I don't think I care enough about Cruella to have a favorite.
I second this.
The only thing I'm gonna say, because I never saw the live action Glenn Close one, so I don't know. But I'm gonna say I remember from when I watched the original 101 Dalmatians, fucking bitch is psycho. I mean, there's this one part where she's got these crazy fuck eyes, and she's just driving down the street, wrecking her car, trying to get after these puppies. I did not need to see an origin story. I do not need to see an origin story about this fucking character. I don't care.
Psychopath.
Exactly. And the worst part is the fact that they tried to portray her as some sort of tragic person you're supposed to root for. Fuck that. I don't care what made her what she was. She's a fucking psycho that wants to skin puppies.
You know,
Disney needs to stop this shit. Like they did with Oz.
Maleficent.
Magnificent. Yeah, that was the one where they started this shit.
They ruined that movie.
Well, they kind of came full circle because I guess they're trying to pull off there. I've heard that there are people that compared it to Joker, and it's like, no, just no. And then like Venom.
For a
Joker,
villain.
like I was just like, it's a villain, it's weird, it's villain standalone. That's how
Yeah.
it's Joker, but it's
But,
not really.
Like if they're gonna take a villain, they need to like if they want to try and do the origin story of a villain. It's okay if they make it try to be, redeemable hero, heroine, but they can't try to overwrite the fact that in the movies we know them for, they're unflinching psychopathic monsters. So maybe Cruella started out, somewhat humane, beneath it all. I haven't watched this new one, but like you said, in the 101 Dalmatians cartoon animated, she is flying down the road trying to murder a whole group of people and animals at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And the difference between, the big difference between like fucking something like Joker and this movie, which some people have drawn the comparison, is that Joker, it's more of a movie about a descent into madness, not a backstory, not the tragic backstory of a character. It shows how you can be sorry for him for what he's gone through, but I mean, in the end, he does fucking kill his own mother. He kills that dude in his apartment. He's shown.
That's how the other guy go though.
Yeah, he lets the other guy go, but he's shown to be that descent, that downward spiral into the psychosis. He kills Murray at the end, so it's like, yeah, he's a character. It makes you understand him more, but it doesn't really make you root for him. I mean, I guess there are some people that do, but
Yeah, too many.
but you get what I mean. It's not painting him in a real sympathetic light when he's fucking going around killing people.
Yeah, you feel a little sympathy, but you don't feel remorse for what he's done.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Obs, you've been quiet. Anything to add?
Yeah. I never saw Cruella nor have any intentions.
I don't
or
think any of
desires.
us have.
No, so I'm not gonna bother wasting my time with that. I regretfully wasted my time with Army of the Dead.
He's lost 3 hours of his life already. He's already done.
But
All right. Anything else we got for today?
Val had a question of the week, right? Didn't you say you found one?
So from our friendly moderator, Mr. Coffee, he asked, what are your 3 favorite songs in any film or game that have become that game or film to you now? For example, this song has become that film to me now, which is from Top Gun. And if any
I'll go first.
Lion games. So basically, what song do you hear while playing the game?
I got
And
it.
this is the name of
So, can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, instant association with a song and movie. Fucking number 1 would be Short Circuit 2, Holding Out for a Hero. I can't not watch that movie without immediately waiting for that scene to come up, and I can't hear that song, which is one of my all-time favorites, without fucking having like that Short Circuit pop into my head. Second one, it's an instrumental song, but I absolutely love it, and I cannot dissociate one from another. The song is titled, the piece, I guess, Suicide Mission, the game Mass Effect 2. Such a fucking powerful piece of music. It's fucking awesome. And I have it as part of my regular playlist of music. And anytime I play the Mass Effect series, that music comes up. Third and final, again, is an instrumental piece, but it's a theme song to the movie, and I fucking love it. I feel like if the law had a theme song, it would be it, and it's the main theme from RoboCop. I love that music. Obviously, instantly think of the movie when I hear that music, and whenever RoboCop's gonna come out on TV or whatever, I love that. So that's my top 3.
I'd like to follow that one up.
Go for it.
I'm gonna out myself as a weeb, but before I get to that part, I'm gonna out myself as a loser. Shrek 2, I Need a Hero, is
Yeah.
it's far from my favorite scene
That's a great
or
one, too.
song.
It's a
But,
great use of
like,
it.
Yeah, I was not alive or old enough when Bonnie Tyler first made the hit. So that's where I heard it, along with millions of other people. Second, gonna out myself as a weeb now. Redline's song Yellow Line, which I prefer music that doesn't have lyrics sometimes.
Right.
But if you've not heard that one, watch the movie. It's amazing. And I had a third in mind, but I can't remember what it was.
We can come back to you.
What was your third one?
My third one was RoboCop. The RoboCop thing and RoboCop.
I wish I could say that it was Judge Dredd, but I honestly can't think of the song in my head right now. Because the Dredd movie they made recently, that has an amazing soundtrack. But
Are you talking about it was in the trailer. Is it this trailer song that I'm going in for the kill? I'm doing it for the
I think it was
thrill.
something they made for. So yeah, I'm being a basic bitch, but you know what I mean. It
I
was,
love-
it was like one of the themes they made for the movie, I think.
Okay, I love
It was
the
that
latest
one,
Dredd
that
movie.
It was that was it.
I can't really think of it, but I love that movie. But yeah, I'm sorry. Nick, why don't you go next?
I'll try to pronounce. For me, the three that come to mind, on top of my mind, anyways. First one, Highway to the Danger Zone. Top Gun. That's
Dangerous.
I know you said, but now due to see me, I spam Tomcat Thursdays and videos and stuff like that all the time on the server. And every time I post an F-14 video, I automatically think Highway to the Danger Zone because it matches so well with the idea that is the Tomcat.
I will
Yeah,
confess that I played that
Go
music while flying my jet in GTA a couple times.
See? Matter of
Yeah,
fact, yeah, there was that mission. There was that one mission that actually plays Highway to the Danger Zone. Remember when you had to steal the fighters or something like that? Or
Yeah,
do
it's
that
coming
mission
up on the
where
radio.
It plays Danger Zone right there at
Yeah.
that right time, just because.
I mean, if you're gonna be playing a fucking, I mean, there's songs that basically, if you're flying a jet, the definitive song for flying a jet is Danger Zone. If you're
Yeah.
driving in a fucking like a badass car with the top down, then it's Born to Be Wild. If you're driving in a motorcycle, it's Bad to the Bone. I mean, it's just definitive. Those are the quintessential songs for those modes of conveyance.
So
Yeah,
for me, the
Yeah.
three songs that hit it, if you will, for movies. First off, I'm start off with the of course, like I said, Highway to the Danger Zone, right? And then Night Call from the movie Drive in the intro. Dude might know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Drive?
Drive, yeah, Night Call, the very first film.
Is that the movie about those two dudes that prank a trucker and then the trucker starts hunting them down? Is that the
No,
movie?
no.
That's Bullet, right?
That Drive is with Ryan Gosling, and
I never saw that one.
it's one of the more, I don't know, classic movie films nowadays. It was like over 10 years ago. I'm in love with it because it has the 80s and 90s retro aesthetic to it, so that's the reason why I like it. But Drive is just, and that first scene with the song called Night Call by Kavinsky, fucking amazing. And I drive with that, and I'm just in the zone, like in the fucking zone.
I'm gonna send you an album later on that I think you'll like.
All right, dude. My third film is also this is my fucking mic. Walk the Dinosaur from Mario Brothers movie. I am gonna fucking say that. I don't care what the fuck.
I like that
anyone
movie.
says.
I love that movie actually.
I know you do, but that movie's so fucking bad. But considering how they handle the material, it's so fucking good.
How does it go? Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
And especially, it's that movie's version of the song that plays so well because when they're tossing back and forth the crystal across the club and stuff like that, and it just goes with the scene, and that's like, yeah, I'm into it right now. Keep those crystals away from those ugly ass fucking Goombas. Go go go! I'm into it every time.
The big Bertha. Instead of being a giant fish, it's a fat one.
Yes. Is that what Big Bertha is? Is that she's supposed to represent the fish?
The Big Berthas there are actually enemies in the Mario Brothers series called Big Berthas. They're those giant fish, those big fat fish that leap out of the water and try to eat you. Those are Big Berthas. And that's what she.
Boss Bass.
Hilarious, dude. You know, it was that movie. Even though it treated the source material so fucking weird, it was just so memorable. It's like you just let it slide because you're there for a good time. That's all it is.
Oh no, they turned her into a big lady.
Mm-hmm. Big Bertha though comes in to save the day and blocks the Goombas from getting Mario and Luigi. Because apparently he has a thing for Mario.
I think they called it Big Boss Bass in the game.
No, well, I linked it. It says Big Cheap Cheeps, originally known as both Boss Basses and Big Berthas, and later as Mega Cheap Cheeps, are large Cheap Cheeps that appeared throughout the Mario franchise. So I guess at one point they were named Big Berthas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sidebar: my brother had nightmares about Big Boss Bass. A little bit when he was a wee tot.
Yeah, I could definitely see that with that big ass thing. I was scared of those fucking fish when I played any of the early Mario games. Like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do this level no more. I'm gonna quit right now. Roll, please. Fuck that. I quit.
Yeah.
Right, please carry on.
Yeah, I think either Nick or Obbs next.
Oh.
Knobs.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I have mine.
All right,
Go, Val.
Now,
Okay, I'll make it quick. So, this actually goes back to like when I started getting to gaming in my teens. And I don't know why, but so I played Crash Bandicoot on my Xbox 360, and I think it was or four. I don't know. It was like the 360 exclusive one, and this one particular album I would listen to all the time, just like only with this game. And it's just all the songs. So don't judge me, but judge me, I guess. It's Jessica Simpson and the Skin album. That was the only album I would legit listen to while playing this game. I don't know why. It just, to me, it fit perfectly with the levels that I was going with, because it was just like I was on a roll, and the whole album just like helped me get through the game. If y'all are familiar with Drive Angry, it's about like a vengeful father who like escapes hell and chases after like the guy who killed his daughter and kidnapped his granddaughter. There's Bee Gees, and it has Nickolas Cage. So the Bee Gees Staying Alive plays as it's either Nickolas Cage driving this gas tank, or one of the devil's right-hand men, where I don't know. I can't think of Staying Alive without, like, when I hear it, I see that movie, because that movie was so funny. Like, I honestly, I feel Nickolas Cage is a good actor, but he's just kind of given like the worst roles, and I really loved him in this movie because it's one of those action explosion movies, but it's bad and good at the same time. I don't know how to explain that.
Is it funny or Nicolas Cage funny?
It's supposed to be serious, but I think it's just one of those Nicolas Cage funny, and like some of the shit that they say in the movie comes out funny. So it's like an in between, but like
sort of like Mom and Dad.
Yeah, it's just okay. So y'all seen Armageddon, right? The actor, he's the one that tells a guy who's riding the rocket not to be on the rocket to ride it. So it's that actor who's in there as the devil's advocate, like his right hand guy, and I just like I really think that he's the one that was driving the truck. I've only seen it like a couple of times, but it's been so long. But he's like, yeah, he is the one that's driving the truck, because he's jamming out to Staying Alive, and he's just like bobbing his head while he's like chasing after Nicolas Cage, and it's funny, like just how he just like his like attitude towards it's like, yeah, I don't care, fuck it, I'm just going with it. So that's that movie, that song, and then of course with Jewel, when I was playing Jet Set Radio, that would be the other artist I would listen to, and it was her Pieces of You album. It's like a 2000 or 19, no, it was in the 1990s album. I don't know why, it's just that them. Anyways, go ahead, Nick. Odds, go.
We're good. I'm gonna cheat and go with 5, because 3 popped up immediately, then 2 others kind of as honorable mentions. The first one for me is going to be the Transformers. You Got the Touch.
Oh, hell yeah.
For me, yeah, that's just like the ultimate good guy. I came here to kick ass, take names.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Fuck yeah.
You got the touch,
So,
sorry.
I've heard about that movie, and that's a wild ride.
So I'll go with that one. I think number 2, I'll also... Yes. Number 2, I'm gonna go with same thing, Short Circuit, the We Need a Hero. That one popped into my mind. That was like one of the quickest ones that popped in my mind with like the song to movie that came up there. Third one, the movie with it's called Armed and Dangerous with John Candy, and
oh man, I didn't just see that one.
Is that the one where he throws his boots?
No, that's a different one. He was a cop that was kind of framed. He didn't go to jail, but he became like a rent-a-cop, and he was working for an armored car
Private Eye.
service, and in the end, there's the armored car service. I think was trying to like rob themselves, kind of thing. He's trying to stop it, and
So it's sorry.
Go ahead.
It's like if Paul Blart Mall Cop didn't suck ass.
I haven't bothered with Paul Blart, but yeah. It's John Candy, and in the end, there's a pivotal scheme, not a scheme, but they're trying to stop the bad stuff from happening, and he's caught in California gridlock, and he had this classic motorcycle, police motorcycle. It broke down the worst possible time, and he pops into this semi truck, out of breath. He's in this old cop outfit, and he's like, I don't have much time, but my friends are gonna die. I need to get from here to there. Will you help? And they're like, well, hop on in. And it's like, let's see how fast some bitch can go. And he releases the brake off the semi truck, and then Born to Be Wild plays, and he just plows through the traffic jam. And for me, that as a kid, always seeing that scene, that's just like nostalgia. If the theme might be on YouTube, but yeah, this is Armed and Dangerous, Born to Be Wild scene, and it's a fun scene. I think either number 4, number 5, it's gonna be Silent Hill. The opening music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that little the mandolin or whatever stringed instrument.
I thought it was
But-
a piano.
I don't know. It might be both. But
That one?
no, I've listened to it for the first Silent Hill opening theme. To me, it sounds like it's a stringed instrument.
But you was only on the game, not the movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, sorry, the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
The game, the opening for that one, that one's always a classic. And I guess the 5th one for me would be, I guess like the theme song for Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like it's
This is also in the Saw movies. The Saw movies took it.
Fucking
Yeah,
nerd!
Every single trailer, every trailer, gotta play this.
Yeah,
fucking
they used
team.
they used it in Lord of the Rings trailer. So like,
Frodo. Hey there, Frodo. Get the ring
You're
now.
making me think like fucking another one, Mega Man. I will never not associate Mega Man with the theme song from the Dr. Wily stage in Mega Man 2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gonna run now, and slyly, gonna jump now, super highly, gonna stop now, Dr. Wily, I am Mega Man, here's my mega plan, look out!
You've been thinking about this a while, haven't you?
No, you made me think of it was what you were singing.
but yes, those are my 5. It's supposed to be 3 by 1.
I was like, wait.
That's like, yeah. So
Any Ori in there? I was like, fuck, do I need 2 more?
That's my top 19.
I've done a top 10 video.
Yes, you have. I'm very proud of you. Anyway, mine. It's gonna be heavy metal from the movie Heavy Metal.
Plastic here, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good movie. I don't know. That's a fun one. For video games, there's a lot. We're thinking about it. My head meat. The one that came out was the Kanye West song "Power" from Saints Row. I can't remember.
Yes,
But you jumping
yes.
out of the fucking helicopter.
That was a
sick
great
as
trailer.
fuck.
Dude. That was fucking sick as hell. That was shit right there. That sold me in that fucking game.
Yeah, that was sick. It was in the game too. It was a whole fucking level you fight. It's fucking
You're
great.
right. You're right.
Yeah. So that one's on my video game, and another movie. You already said Shrek 2. I was gonna actually go with Shrek 2 because that's a fucking great scene as well.
It is.
Fuck, a song that resonates, and I think it will be automatically.
Tit tot.
I want to say, okay, it's not my favorite, but I'm gonna say the John Wick, that Marilyn Manson song, "Killing Strangers."
Mm.
Every time I hear that song, I think of John Wick. Every time I think of John Wick, I think of that song.
Yeah.
It's a good song
How did none of us say the Mortal Kombat theme from Mortal Kombat?
because that's like a weird, like it's not really a song, but it's also a song.
Low hanging fruit.
That tells you how not iconic it is.
It is iconic, but it's like I don't know. I don't think of that
Overdone?
as a song. Maybe
Yeah, that's probably the main reason I didn't pick it.
it seemed like the cheap one out. Yeah. So heavy metal, power, and killing strangers.
Nice.
Good answers.
Right on. Anybody else?
That's everybody.
Yeah.
This is going on 2 hours. We're at 1 hour
Hey,
and 55
This is
minutes.
a favorite episode, okay? We're having fun here.
I mean, this has been fun, but I mean,
Yeah, I have work in the morning. I gotta bounce.
I'm
I'm an old
actively
lady.
making dinner.
we're old people. We can't stay up late.
Only
I'm fine with this, but I'm
32.
down.
I shouldn't be like, I need to get to bed now.
I've spent the last like 4 days of this week with like 4 hours of sleep at work.
I hear that, buddy.
You talk.
Alright.
You talk the least during this cast. Why don't you see us out? Unless somebody else had a better idea.
Well, I'm just kidding. Dude,
Thank you for those of us or those of you that joined our session to shoot the shit. This was a nice little get together, or got the a little 2-hour thing going
A
on.
fucking packed shoot the shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, man, I can't believe you shoot shit last week. And they're gonna see this like, what the fuck?
2 episodes rolled into one.
Yes.
It's a twofer.
But yes, I'm obviously 2003 here, joined with Espionage DB7.
It's kind of like we were constipated, and then this is the big, once you
Big release.
get the release,
It's
the release.
it's to shoot the big shit.
Yeah, it was the shit that didn't shoot last week, but this week it was projectile.
Anywho,
you settle the hell down.
yes, can't forget Nickolas Zombie,
That's a me.
Ringleader 064,
Bye, diddly do.
the hostess of the mostest, Valkyrie Grinder.
Stay safe, make good choices.
Yes. And our special guest, Duke, thanks for joining us.
It was fantastic, y'all.
Thanks. Don't forget we're on our quest for 200 subs, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Oh man, I should do that at some point, shouldn't I?
God damn it!
Please?
Get out! Get the hell!
Wait, you guys are sub to the
Get 'em.
channel?
I didn't know there was a channel.
Wait, you admitted that you went to our movie night. I mean, what did?
I joined into some live stream on YouTube. There's a far cry difference between that and subbing to a channel. It's a lot of commitment, you know.
Commit. I'll put a ring on it.
Oh, Jesus. Take him out to dinner
I
first.
no.
You
I
gotta wine and dine me. I need to know there's like a return to my investment here.
no. See here at Odds and Ends, our motto is settle down, because as soon as we meet, we're married to that shit. So we settle down. I'm already pregnant. Okay, so I mean, so
Tell you what, I'll be in your town in like 2 weeks, so we can work something out then.
okay. He's gonna hold me to it. Just look at me from the side. You can tell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You look just like you sound on the radio.
Oh my god.
I got nothing for that. I got nothing.
So
Sorry.
really, this has been fantastic, y'all. I had a blast hanging out with y'all.
Well, we'll do it again sometime for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice of y'all to bring some nobody in.
It's like we're somebody.
We
I
will
don't
be
have
when
2,000
we
subscribers.
I am the one, the only highly rated, armor-plated, imitated, but never, I mean,
No.
never duplicated.
Wait, did you even get?
Stop.
Let Obbs finish.
Poor Rob.
I know, right?
That's it.
He tells me to do it, then he interrupts.
Alright, guys. Catch y'all next time on Shoot the Shit Saturday. Stay safe.
Same odd time, same ends channel.
More like
Don't
same
you put
odd
those where you
time
got
and
'em from.
same Reed's channel. Hey.
We gotta work on that timing, man.
All right, later, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.